You're alone in the Pacific. Your boat sank 3 hours ago. You managed to grab the emergency kit. Beacon activated. Flares ready. GPS transmitting. You did everything right. The Coast Guard confirms they received your signal. And then something they say utterly shocks you. They tell you the nearest ship is nearly 4 days away. 4 days. You have maybe one, and your chances drop fast. Not because help isn't coming, but because the ocean is so vast, so deep, and so unforgiving. Sometimes knowing where someone is and being able to save them are two completely different things. There are places in our ocean where distance becomes deadly, where depth makes rescue impossible, and where even perfect preparation means nothing. These aren't myths. These aren't exaggerations. These are real coordinates on our planet where the laws of survival simply break down. Today, we are taking you to 5 places where, if something goes wrong, no one can save you. Quick question before we continue. Which would you choose? Being trapped somewhere rescuers can't physically reach? Or somewhere they can reach, but not in time? Or somewhere they can reach, but not in time? Keep that in mind for what's coming next. And if you haven't hit that like button yet, do it now. You're halfway through, and trust me, the last 2 locations are the worst ones. Bon voyage! Let's start beneath your feet. Right now, the aphotic zone. If you've ever been swimming in the ocean, you know that when you look down, the water gets darker. That's because sunlight can only penetrate so far. By about 1,000 meters, sunlight disappears completely. Everything below that is the aphotic zone, permanent darkness, and it covers 75 to 90% of our ocean. But darkness isn't what kills you here. Pressure is. Imagine you're a researcher in a submersible at a depth of 2,000 meters. That's over a mile down. You're studying deep-sea life when you hear a crack. Water starts seeping through the hull. You send an emergency signal immediately. Here's the problem. Even if there's a rescue vessel nearby with deep-sea equipment, deployment takes hours. The descent takes more hours. You might have 6 hours of oxygen, and that's assuming you control your breathing perfectly. You won't control your breathing because you're a mile underwater in a flooding metal coffin. And the pressure outside is 200 times stronger than at the surface. That's 2,900 pounds per square inch. If the hull fails completely, implosion happens faster than pain. June 2023. The Titan submersible imploded at 3,800 meters while diving to the Titanic. 5 people died instantly. The U.S. Navy detected the implosion acoustically in real time. Multiple rescue operations were already mobilized. It didn't matter. They were dead before anyone could react. The aphotic zone doesn't negotiate, and that's just if you go down into the darkness. But what happens when you're near the surface, surrounded by people, and still can't be saved? Let's find out. Now, let's come up to the surface, to a place so beautiful that people travel across the world to dive there. Some people pay thousands of dollars to visit this location, and some of them pay with their lives. Dean's Blue Hole, Bahamas, a perfect circle of sapphire blue water surrounded by a shallow turquoise reef. From above, it looks like paradise, but this hole drops 202 meters straight down, one of the deepest blue holes on Earth. Free divers love it. They descend on a single breath, no tank, trying to touch the bottom. And here's where it gets deadly. As you dive deep, your body activates the mammalian dive reflex. Your heart slows. Blood moves to protect your organs. You feel calm, almost peaceful. But as you ascend, pressure drops, and the oxygen in your blood falls with it. Shallow water blackout. You lose consciousness without warning, usually in the last 15 meters before the surface. 1 second you're fine. The next second, you're sinking back into the void. Your safety team is right there, watching you. But by the time they realize you've blacked out, you're already falling. And in Dean's Blue Hole, there's no ledge at 20 meters, no floor at 50, just darkness dropping 202 meters down. November 2013, Nicholas Mavoli, an American freediver, died at Dean's Blue Hole during competition. He surfaced, gave the OK sign, then lost consciousness and died. He was surrounded by safety divers and medics. The ocean doesn't care how experienced you are. The ocean won't let you rule it. At least here, death comes in minutes. Would you be able to endure days in that state, watching your body slowly shut down in freezing water? That's our next stop. Cold water doesn't negotiate. It doesn't give you time to reconsider. It just takes. Let's go to Antarctica, the Weddell Sea. Water temperature, -1.8 degrees Celsius. It remains liquid only because of salt. The surface is covered with a meter-thick pack ice. The nearest civilization is thousands of kilometers away. If you fall into the Weddell Sea without protection, you have 10 to 15 minutes before the cold shock response kills you. Not hypothermia, cold shock. Your body gasps involuntarily. Your heart rhythm goes chaotic. Your muscles stop responding. But let's say you're prepared. Survival suit, life raft, emergency beacon activated. You did everything right. Now what? Antarctica has no Coast Guard, no rescue helicopters on standby. The nearest research station could be over 1,000 kilometers away across violent seas and unstable ice. Response time depends on weather, ice coverage, and whether there's even a ship in the region. Best case scenario, several days. Worst case, weeks. You won't survive weeks in Antarctic waters. Ernest Shackleton's ship Endurance was crushed by ice in the Weddell Sea. His 28-man crew survived through skill, preparation, and sheer luck, but the full rescue took around 22 months. Today, with satellites and GPS, a rescue would still take days, if conditions allow, and conditions rarely allow. But at least in the Weddell Sea, you're relatively close to land, even if it's unreachable. But do you know there is a spot on Earth where space is your closest neighbor? That's where we're going next. You think you know rough seas? You don't. Not until you've seen the Drake Passage. It's the 800-kilometer stretch between South America and Antarctica where 3 oceans collide. The Pacific, Atlantic, and Southern Oceans meet here with nothing to stop them. No land, no barriers, just raw, unfiltered chaos. Waves here regularly hit 15 meters. That's a 5-story building of water. During storms, they exceed 20 meters. The wind screams at over 160 kilometers per hour. Water temperature, around 5 degrees Celsius. Your ship goes down here. You have maybe 20 minutes before the cold shuts your body down. But the waves won't give you that long. They'll flip your life raft, smash it, destroy it. And rescue? The nearest help is hundreds of kilometers away in Argentina or Chile. But they can't come until the storm breaks. And storms in the Drake don't break on your schedule. November 2023. A rogue wave hit the Viking Polaris cruise ship. Modern equipment, experienced crew. 1 passenger is dead, 4 injured. The ocean didn't care. Sailors call crossing the Drake paying the Drake tax. Sometimes you pay with fear, sometimes you pay with your life. The Drake Passage proves the ocean doesn't need depth or distance, just violence. But what happens when physics itself turns hostile in the deepest place on Earth? At that depth, rescue isn't a matter of budget or technology. It's a matter of the ocean saying a clear no. The deepest place on Earth, Challenger Deep, Mariana Trench, 10,935 meters down, nearly 11 kilometers. If you put Mount Everest at the bottom, its peak would still be over 2 kilometers underwater. The pressure down there is over 1,000 times the surface pressure, about 15,750 pounds per square inch. The temperature hovers just above freezing. 0 light, complete darkness. Fewer than 30 people have ever been there. More people have walked on the moon. If something goes wrong at the bottom of the Mariana Trench, there is no rescue. There is no backup submersible rated for that depth. The vehicles that can go there can be counted on one hand. March 2012. James Cameron dove to Challenger Deep solo. His submersible was built for that single mission. One structural failure, and implosion would be instant. He made it back, but if something had failed, there was no plan B. You either return on your own, or you stay there forever. The Mariana Trench isn't where rescue is hard, it's where rescue doesn't exist. So answer me this. After everything you just learned, would you rather be trapped at the bottom, where pressure kills you instantly, or stranded in the middle, where you survive for days knowing help won't arrive? Drop your answer in the comments. Tell me which place on this list scared you the most. We explore the places and realities most people never think about. Here's the truth. The ocean doesn't need to be your enemy. It doesn't need monsters, malice, or storms. It just needs to be big enough, deep enough, far enough away. And in the right place, that's all it takes. The ocean isn't trying to kill you. It just doesn't care if you live. And that's so much worse. Stay curious and subscribe to our channel for more such terrifying details of the ocean. We'll see you in the next one.